Guys, happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great week so far. Today's message is about gaslighting, manipulation, narcissism, all of these things that we find ourselves in. It could be a relationship, it could even be a work situation. A lot of times for the victim, we tend to take no responsibility other than being a victim. Let me start by saying that you are a victim. If you're in a situation like this where somebody is gaslighting you or manipulating you, you are the total victim, and that person has no right to treat you like that. There is a flip side of this, and I think a lot of people don't want to see it or acknowledge it or deal with it, is that if you were on the other end, if you were in, let's say you're in a relationship where the person is constantly cheating on you, physical abuse is a whole other animal, and honestly, I don't feel educated enough to speak on that because I've never been physically abused, so I don't want to, speak on something that I feel like I have no right to speak on. I've been in emotionally abusive relationships, and I've also had a addict as a father who would gaslight things all the times where, he would get drunk and want to get in arguments, and by the end of the argument, somehow I felt guilty. If I ever said how I felt, he kind of turned it around like, how dare I? He's just a horrible father. He would play the victim role. And these kind of people really get you sucked into their mentality of, logically in your head what they're doing is wrong, but somehow they have a way of making you feel like you've done something wrong, like you're the one that caused this type of behavior. And ultimately a deeper issue is you're the one that somehow only attracts this, and this is all you deserve. You don't deserve something healthy. And it really does stem from something that either happened in our childhood or our young adult life. What can you do to get out of this, or what can you do to even start to break the mold or start to break the generational curses that you've been through? Honestly, it just starts with facing it. It starts with really just looking in the mirror and saying, I am in this situation. I am not a total victim. You need to really fight for your life. You're the only one that's going to fight for your life. So I think that the first step is to really just be aware. What kind of situation are you in? Are you in a cheating relationship? Are you in an emotionally abusive relationship? Are you in a relationship where every time you say your feelings, the other person puts you down? These are all signs of being gaslighted or someone that's not really good, healthy for you. But the truth is that we all have a role and we all have free will. So take the time to educate yourself on it. Go to Al-Anon meetings if you need to. Go to counseling. Start looking up YouTube videos. Start getting yourself healthy so that you're in a position to leave the situation, because just leaving is just not enough. It is a self-problem. The fact that we stay in these type of situations is something in ourselves that says we don't love ourselves enough to leave. And as much as you might be the victim, and as much as there is no excuse for how somebody might be treating you, you can always have the free will to change yourself. And the more you change yourself and the more healthy you become, the less you will see this toxic person that's hurting you. These words won't hurt you anymore. They won't affect you as much. I used to be in situations where I would just, every word someone said was like a dagger to me, and I would take every word they said as truth, and I would take every word they said as just what I was. My self-reflection was through other people's eyes, and until I started to really look inside of myself and do my own self-reflection and find my own worth, I constantly would find myself in these types of situations. So I will tell you from personal experience, looking in the mirror and starting to really change your patterns, your behavior, break the curse, I don't care if your family is that way. I don't care if that's all you've ever known. It is never too late to start. It is never too late to break that cycle. And I promise you, the healthier you become as a person, the less you will attract these types of people.